welcome to paranormalxl podcast. Gigi here, and again with me is Baloo.
Hi.
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 How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So how you doing?
Pretty okay.
Pretty okay. So we're gonna do another little mini episode for you guys, so y'all have something to listen to, because we know y'all love listening to us. That's, yep, and go. Just kidding. I always get so, I'm still doing this for over 2 years, and I'm still super nervous at times. Let me sing a song that I just wrote for my dog.
Yeah, you can do that, I guess.
Oh, thanks. Paisley, I love my Paisley. And this is why I have a podcast and I do not sing. Well, before I forget, remember to go and vote. It is, paranormalityradio.com. The links are all through the Facebook page, and that is a monthly thing. That's what gets us put on the chart. So if you guys vote, you can vote up to 3 times. Each time you go on to vote, you don't necessarily got to vote for us. Show anybody your favorite paranormal podcast. What I mean by podcast, it's an audio podcast like this. The others are video podcast or webcast. If you've listened all along, you understand my frustration with that. Anyway, go on there, vote. Like I said, even if it's not for us, if it's for 222 Paranormal, because they're awesome, do that. Just show everybody your support. That's what keeps us going with this. Oh my gosh, it's been a really long day. It's Tuesday. We just had tacos for Taco Tuesday. It is not.
Or not Wednesday, Monday. See, I'm all over the place.
I'm a little all over the place. All right, so I'll go first with my location. How about that? Uh-oh, where'd it go? So many notes. All right, how about the Edger Allen Poe house? That is in Baltimore. Oh, like a cheesy game show post? Oh, Edger Allen Poe. Nevermore. Paisley, let my Paisley in. She was knocking. Okay, so here we go with Edger Allen Poe's house. In the early morning hours of September 27th, 1849, Edger Allen Poe left Richmond, Virginia, on a steamer heading to Baltimore. He wasn't seen again until nearly a week later, when he was found delirious, probably drunk. I mean, who is... Okay, you're drunk, you're found in someone else's clothes in a Baltimore tavern. Like, who hasn't done that? Come on now. You haven't lived until that's happened. Hospitalized, the great writer raved, repeatedly shouting someone's name until on October 7th, he muttered, "Lord, help my poor soul." And he died. Did you know that?
No.
And he just died. Now a museum, the Edger Allen Poe House on Baltimore Amity Street, is where the writer lived in the early 1830s. It is, locals say, haunted, but not my Poe's poor soul. That's kind of hard to say. Some have seen the spirit of a stout old woman dressed in clothing of the early 1800s. Others have reported visitations of a specter known as Mr. Eddie. Doors and windows open and shut when no one is there. I said that's really strange. Visitors sometimes feel persistent tapping on their shoulders, and a neighbor has seen candle-like lights bobbing in the museum after closing time. Poe's ghost has been seen in the town's poor area, Fells Point, where the writer seemed to have wandered during his final days. A spirit affectionately named Edgar is said to prowl the Horse You Came In On saloon, Baltimore's oldest pub. And beginning in 1949, a mysterious person known as the Phantom Toaster toasts the writer with a glass of whiskey at his grave every January 19th, Poe's birthday, leaving behind the unfinished brandy bottle and 3 red roses. But after vanishing in 2009, the toaster was thought to be, quote, the Raven, nevermore, until a new toaster reignited the tradition in 2016. That's a really cool story, I think. Huh.
Different.
Nevermore. Ow, my leg hurts. I never thought about, well, hold on. Edger Allen Poe is known for, like, being dark and whatnot. I guess I never thought about a location that he's been or where he died or whatever being haunted. Like, he would be the best ghost to be haunted by. In
Are you a poet?
In my thoughts, yes. Yeah, nevermore. That's where it came from, was him. And the Raven. Let's see what this says. His original burial place is in Westminster Hall, Burying Ground, and Catacombs in Baltimore. Huh. That is so cool. What a neat story, I think. And then to have somebody showing up there. Huh. And leaving the 3 roses. Nevermore. The Raven. It's magic. The guy was the Raven. Now I get it, dude. And we will be right back after a little short break on our little short episode. And we're back. I'm watching the audio thing. It just looked funny. So Baloo it is her turn, and go now.
The Headless Horseman's haunts. That's a lot of.
Headless Morrison. That's what our boy used to say. The Headless Morrison. What the hell are you talking about, son? The Headless Morrison. Then we turn around, there's a Headless Horseman. Headless Horseman. That's what I said, Headless Morrison. Sorry.
Jeez. A drowsy, dreamy influence seems to hang over the land and to pervade the very atmosphere, wrote Washington.
Does it start with an I?
Yeah.
Irving
of the titular town in The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. His eerie 1920 story about the lovelorn school teacher. The Headless Horseman's haunts.
Headless Morrison's haunts.
A drowsy, dreamy influence seems to hang over the land and to pervade the very atmosphere, wrote Washington Irving of the titular town in The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. His eerie 1920 story about the lovelorn schoolteacher Crane's encounter with the hell-bent headless horseman.
Headless Morrison.
The whole neighborhood abounds with local tales, haunted spots, and twilight superstitions. Though Irving invented the name Sleepy Hollow, the village formerly known as North Tarrytown was rechristened after the fictitious enclave in the late 1990s. Talk about life imitating art. But what's in a name? 25 miles north of New York City, Sleepy Hollow is now a popular...
Today, Headless Morrison. You wrote these notes. Why are you so nervous? Stop being nervous. Is a populous suburb. Having long ago lost the booklet. You're not allowed to write notes anymore.
Atmosphere.
You have to just learn them.
That's
Headless want me to take over your notes? Where are we at here? The Headless Morrison. Lost the atmosphere that so enchanted Irving. Look closely though, and you'll see the traces of the old superstitions abound. Sleepy Hollow's Old Dutch Church and Burial Ground, the oldest church in New York State, is rumored to be haunted by Irving's infernal inquisitor. This is also the burial place of 2 women, Mrs. Van Tassel and her niece, Eleanor, either of whom may have inspired the character of Katrina Van Tassel, and Ichabod's love interest. Disembodied whispers have been heard in the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, where Irving himself is buried. The writer's home, Sunnyside, which he designed and where he lived out his last days, is said to be haunted by his ghost. Irving himself claimed to have seen a ghost while he lived there, describing it as a young lady who wandered through the orchard. Well, I know where you get it from. She is said to have died of love and green apples. That's a weird thing to die of. That's sweet. Nearby towns share their spooks too. Long dead former pastor and another former pastor's wife. Unearthly mist and dancing lights have been observed in the Sparta Cemetery, the resting place of the so-called Leatherman, an eccentric, unidentified man who spent his life wandering around New York and Connecticut, wearing nothing but a leather suit. That's interesting.
Just a bunch of tongue twisters.
It really, really is. However, Sleepy Hollow, well, let alone from the movie and everything else that goes with it, that would be a cemetery to go visit for sure. Just because of the history. That's why I know Baloo and I both love histories, and then AJ's been with us. You know AJ. Yeah, you're looking at me funny.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, there's like Gigi, AJ, and Blue walk around cemeteries and shit. Like, it's a lot of fun. But we go, I know, at least me, I like to go because of the history of the stories. Everybody has their own story, which makes it super cool. I've gotten some interesting EVPs. The only cemetery I've really gotten anything that stands out is from, oh my gosh, Stryker Cemetery, one of our favorites that we go to. However, I've been to a lot of old ones. The older, the better, just because, I don't know.
It would be cool to go to one of them veteran.
The veteran ones, yeah. Most definitely. However, with that, I don't know. I've always wanted to take like a whole bunch of roses and leave a flower on each stone. And then there's some that are just so that people don't take care of no more. That makes me super sad when you see the stones broken and stuff, just from vandalism, but also just weather itself and time sucks. Any other stories, Blue? We're gonna have to leave in all of our mess ups. No, we wanted to put some little stories out there for you. That last one, the Sleepy Hollow one, that was an interesting one. And why I say interesting is because we stumbled a lot. But hey, you should know that by now.
I always stutter.
Do ya? Now we got stuff on the Alcatraz Island coming up. The Psycho House.
You said Alcatraz.
Alcatraz. Don't. You guys hear that? She's laughing at me. Now, we've covered the Winchester Mystery House before. Mama Mary and I have, but we still have a little notes on that. So we'll probably touch back on that location too, as well as Salem, probably, because there's lots of locations there. What was another? That ranch, Skinwalker Ranch. Cover that on one of these. These little episodes are, well, just like they're called, little episodes. That's what she said. Yeah. There's actually, well, obviously, as you guys all know, there's lots of information. Excuse me. Dracula's Castle is one I want to go over to sometime.
What is it called?
Say blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yep. That's the one that haunts it.
Hotel Transylvania.
He's like, I do not say blah, blah, blah. Oh, something's going to haunt you now and say that. You're going to start hearing that in whispers in your ears. I do not say blah, blah, blah.
I already do. It's your voice.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, with all that being said, we're just rambling for 13 minutes now. Again, I hope you learned something. If not, that you were somewhat entertained for 15 minutes. I gotta stop saying and so. Again, we will be at Festival of Oddities in Charlotte, Michigan, September 4th, which is weekend, Houghton Lake, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Oh, there was another one. I just got an email. Oh, Pira something. It's up north in Traverse Bay. That got pushed until 2022 as well. So we got a couple things on next year's agenda already, which is cool. But again, thank you for listening. And as always, send in your emails, paranormalxl@writeme.com. Also, get on there and vote. The easy link to that is on the Facebook page. And if you don't have the Facebook page, email us and I will send you the info for that. paranormalxl@writeme.com. Stay kind, stay humble, and remember, don't yuck someone else's yum.
Ever.